and welcome. My name is SZABO and I am a licensed skincare professional. Today I am going to dive into DIY life hacks for skincare again. Yes, last time I have done a video reaction on Priyanka Chopra's advice for Vogue, and yes, there were some reasonable parts of it, and then there were parts that I didn't really like. So I talk about all of that in the previous video. You can check it out in the link description down below. And for today we will have something special. Today I have already seen this video, but I want to go through it with you again. This is a Blossom video, and this is DIY life hacks, DIY face masks and more beauty hacks by Blossom. We're not going to be watching the entire video, but we are going to be watching the face skincare section of it. Let's begin. Amazing beauty hacks. I really like how the mixture that she's putting on is not homogeneous. Very beautiful girl, by the way. What I really don't like about this particular one is maybe bentonite. I don't like this ingredient in general. I tend not to use it in the skincare I use professionally and also at home at all. I don't like it mostly because it can contain heavy metals if it's not pure enough. Therefore, no apple cider vinegar. Honestly, it can do way less than what is claimed on the internet. Like, if it can do 10% of what you would see on the internet, that's good already. To be honest, it's not something you should be using at all, especially not that usually the quantities that are used in skincare are very arbitrary. Like here, mostly it's used in order to kind of emulsify, so like to make the mask manageable. But honestly, I don't see any reason why there should be exactly 2 tablespoons of it. For this example, charcoal is pretty good absorbent, yes, so this would absorb some sebum. But they have some claims here, and I haven't seen the claims yet. Let's see the claims. So, removes toxins, clears blackheads, heals skin. Look, about removes toxins, again, no. Whenever you hear the detox word anywhere, always pay attention to where is it coming from. What exactly are we trying to remove? What is that toxin? Because right now I actually totally cannot imagine what exactly that would remove that would be a toxin. If we would call maybe sebum from the blackheads toxin, that is not toxin, that is the natural oil your skin produces. There is nothing wrong with that. Yes, it can be a little bit too thick, and then it stays in your pores and creates a blackhead. That is a problem indeed, and then it says that it clears blackheads. No, no matter how often you will use this mask, it will not clear your blackheads. Not at all. What will clear your blackheads would rather be a solution that contains some sebum production reducing ingredients. That would be much better. But honestly, not an absorbent. An absorbent is very good, let's say, after extractions. It is very good after that. Also, it's very good if you have some skincare that solves the sebum and helps it out from the pores, and then you absorb it by this mask. But no, not like this. It's not gonna be living up to the claim. And heal skin, probably that was the apple cider vinegar part. But honestly, it's quite acidic what they're showing there. You should be leaving it on your skin for quite a long time. Nah. Let's see. Oh my god, no. Look, never ever. Like, you see how the girl is removing the mask? never ever remove masks like this, please. I mean, she's dragging her skin downwards. Please never do that. Also, she's really working on her skin. It's violent even a little bit. That is not healthy for the skin. So instead of this mask, I would highly suggest to use a clay mask or kaolin, something like that. Better with SZABO Clear, and then that you first soak it gently after it dries. Really soak it through properly and then gently remove it. Try not to be too aggressive with your skin. It will not say you thank you. Let's do this one, shall we? So let us try this DIY number 1. I found the coal pills, so I will grade them as mortar and pestle, the bentonite, and the apple cider vinegar. So let's try this. So this DIY business, as you can see, is quite messy. So the bentonite, the proper DIY style, you don't really have to measure anything, even though it's measured in the video, but honestly, because bentonite by itself does contain different types of heavy metals very often, and it's not very easy to find bentonite that is properly pure. I actually don't really like using it in my professional practice. So, and also the one I got right now, as you can see, is pretty crumbly. So there are these crumbles. I don't know if I can actually do something with this, but let's see. Let's see what maybe if we add the vinegar, maybe it will become better. Honestly speaking, I don't really want to put this on my skin. It is not something I would prefer to ever have it, just because also of the possibility of heavy metals. I will put it a little bit on the wrist like this to see whether it's, yeah, the consistency is about what they have said in the video. It does look very similar to that, but honestly, I would prefer something with kaolin so much more than something with bentonite. Also, what I really lack in this kind of mask is, let's say, SZABO Clear. So that would be a complex that would reduce sebum production. So with this, yes, it would maybe absorb some of the sebum, but honestly, it will not do that much. And I don't see a very, very big reason to spend all of this time with these ingredients and to have this on the skin, especially not as this is so acidic, if it doesn't have something that prevents further sebum production. Yes, of course, you can have maybe a serum you can apply after that, but then honestly, then it doesn't make sense to make this one in the first place. So let's continue. Next one, hibiscus tea. I really like how there are clumps of the agar-agar because it wasn't diluted correctly in the first shot, and then in the next one, with the magic of montage, the clumps have disappeared. Okay, so it says cool, and then it says apply while warm. It doesn't state though how warm, so I honestly would suggest that if you try to do a skincare DIY video, always suggest an exact temperature so that people don't burn themselves, especially. Yeah, you see she's putting it all over her eyes and also her eyelashes. It's gonna be a huge mess. Like imagine not this face, because this face is beautiful and gorgeous, and how she looks like is honestly worth some kind of fashion photo shoot. But imagine yourself those eyelashes in agar-agar. They are going to be glued together. It will be hard, very hard to remove that, I'm telling you. So look at it. It says that it's rich in antioxidants, that it minimizes large pores and that it soothes inflamed skin. Now, there is similar mask to what they are right now trying to do, which is basically an alginate mask used a lot in professional treatments. That is basically a mask that a lot of times actually does contain some antioxidants, maybe vitamin C, very frequent, and that contains algin that will create kind of a rubber consistency. It will rubberize the mask. You put it quite generously on the skin, then you remove it and it stays a nice and soft rubber. Now, the problem with this particular one is that it will dry quite stiff, and especially removing it from your eyelashes is going to be a huge pain. Also, because it's so drippy, just imagine yourself the mess, and it will be so hard to clean it. Now, about antioxidants, you see they have just now made some tea. Problem with this is that skin doesn't absorb water-soluble substances. It doesn't really let them through. Actually, this is one of the biggest problems in cosmetology, is that how do you deliver the product to the deeper layers of the skin? How do you go through these barriers, these protective structures of the skin to get this done? And water solubles are not a good thing. So whenever you make a tea, you basically solve everything that can be solved in water, and then you give that to the skin. Not a good option. Nothing is going to be done. It's all going to be staying on the top of the skin. This is what I was saying. The eyelashes were full of this, and then they just straight away cut to the part when she's already clean. I promise you, it took a long while to get out of her face. Please don't do this. Rather stay with alginate masks. That will be a much better option. Now we're going to my favorite. You're gonna be trying this one. Okay, so problem number one with this is that these roses she shows right here are nice decorative roses that were specifically bred for decorative purposes. This is a perfect gift for St. Valentine's, but it is not good whatsoever for skincare. Look, right now on the screen, you will see the pictures of actual roses that are used in skincare. And you will see that there is nothing in common whatsoever between the rose you see on the video and the roses that are used in skincare. Now, the second problem that I have is that she cooks it. She boils it again in water. If that was an attempt to make rose water, that was a very bad attempt, honestly, because rose water is not made by boiling roses in water or rose petals. It is a side product of the rose oil distillation process. So it definitely is not made like this. I don't know, they don't say it's rose water, but I suppose that was the idea, because honestly just a couple of petals in water don't really make that much sense to me. Honey, again, 2 tablespoons in like pretty significant amount of water. I don't know, what is that, 1.5 liters, maybe 2. What is it gonna be doing? And now, you see, there is barely any product. Like, we already have a very diluted product that is honey, very diluted in some kind of rose petal brew, and then we put rose petals into it and stick it to the face. Rose petals also have a protective outer barrier, by the way, that will prevent anything from leaking through them onto our skin. And to that, we are also having here not basic chemically, but basic in nature. I mean, like, this is water basically with a little bit of honey, really little bit. No way this is gonna work. Even in proper skincare, we are always making sure that the actual active ingredients are present in enough quantity that they can do something. This is not going to be doing anything. Now, hydrates and moisturizes, improves acne and regenerates skin tissue. Needless to say, it's not going to be doing any of these for the reasons said above, especially not acne, especially not that. It has, I don't know what the claim is, how did it come to, if you have acne, please don't do this. It's not going to make it better, but roses. So we will do this at the end of the video, and now we will continue, we'll finish the couple of masks that we have here, and I really want to try this mask. I want to try how it feels on my skin, if I see any effect after using it, all of that. So again, tea. They again made a brew with water. Look, same as rose petals. Those rice paper bits will not have even nearly enough actual product on them to really penetrate the skin and do anything, honestly. Also, rice paper is mostly starch that will not be doing anything while sitting on the top of the skin, and the green tea is not really going to continue. It's really not going to do anything. I'm curious about the claims. Mattifies only oily skin, definitely no. It improves skin condition, maybe in a way where you get your skin wet and then you will feel your skin better, maybe. It will be clean. It's a nice thing to do if you have maybe, you know, some time and you prefer to do something like this, but honestly, I would really recommend a nice mask. Really, just get yourself really good facial mask, and whenever you want to give yourself a little bit extra pampering, just use that mask. It's much easier, faster, and honestly, considering all the roses, green teas, rice papers and everything, also cheaper unless you splurge too much on a mask, of course. Okay, so that was it. Now, after all of these, I have chosen the rose petal mask that we will do. I will do this to my skin. I want to feel how it feels, and we shall see if I feel anything about it. So let's get on to it. And so for the grand finale, the rose mask. I have already created whatever brew of rose petals they were doing, and I have also added honey to this already. So what we will be doing now is we will take the poor roses and we will massacre them. We'll just cut them off, because honestly I have already hurt myself with these thorns a couple of times. Again, these roses are not supposed to be used. None of them should. So let's see. Do have to say, it does kind of look nice. So romantic. Now, our potion should be ready. As actually, look at this, it's very interesting. So you see, the water just simply rolls off of these. It doesn't really even stay on them. So whatever you glue on your skin like this, there is hardly anything in here, honestly. Like, it just rolls off. They don't become properly wet. It's the structure of the rose petal. I wouldn't know this unless I make this, of course, so this is a discovery for me. So let's try it on my face then. Now, so I have my mask, it is right here, nice and fresh, and I will try to do the same as on the video. I'm actually even curious whether they will stick. I don't know if any of you have tried this, but let's do this. So, they don't really stick much, to be honest. No, they don't. Okay. Maybe they had some different kind of rose, but evidently it's not every single type of rose that you can do this with. So, no, this doesn't stick. I don't know how do they do this, but honestly, it doesn't stick. No, this one start. Like, I'm not moving my forehead because maybe I will just. I'm looking like some kind of. I don't know if I look more like a weirdo or like a. Probably like a weirdo. It's just, as I said about the hibiscus tea mask, that was a mess. Now, this is a mess too, honestly. While I was doing it, it's the roses are still there, and oh my god, no, this is not working with me. It's
one eternity later.
It's a total fail from me. No, look, I didn't like this to begin with. I like it even less now. I mean, at least if it would work out. I will tell you, I will be honest with you, I just wanted a good preview. I wanted a good thumbnail for this. Oh, look at it. It works. But I don't see the good thumbnail coming. The good thumbnail probably needs to say goodbye. Yes, you see, they're just falling off. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? This is it. This is as much as I could get on. I'm honestly not going to do more. What I can tell you is, yeah, please don't do this. I mean, just roses are so beautiful. Get them and enjoy them, and enjoy a proper facial mask if you can. From now, I am just wishing you to stay happy and healthy in the heart and appearance, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye.